Hey, thanks for clicking this video. I was just doing a video of a new Alice Cooper album that I bought. So I have basically all Alice Cooper's albums on CD. I think I'm only missing Easy Action, but now, since I have a record player now, I'm trying to get all his albums on record. So recently, just got this to add to the collection, Lace and Whiskey. This came out in 1977, so this was his third solo album. It was Welcome to My Nightmare in 75, Goes to Hell, and then this one in 1977, Lace and Whiskey. Um, Interesting cover. Alice was going through kind of I guess the theme of this album was kind of like that 50s detective kind of movies or TV shows. And as you can see here, and then the back gives you like track listings, and there's a picture of Alice over there. So this is kind of like one of the first times that Alice kind of venturing away from the classic Alice Cooper Nightmare Alice character with the black makeup and everything, and coming out with kind of like almost like a new character. I forgot what he called this character. I think it was Maurice something. Just now, just completely forgot, Escobar or something like that. I don't. I'll have to look that up. But this is kind of venturing out, as you can see. He kind of looks like almost like one of those like a screenwriter or something in front of the type, or a novel writer, author, and he's in front of the typewriter. So it's pretty cool. And I like how they have like the writings on over here, kind of like what you would get on at the time, like a book, fantastic, startling, near perfect bit of reality. It could work as fiction, but then who wouldn't? I look forward to Alice's next. Kind of like where you would have these reviews on like books or like movies or stuff like that. That was pretty cool. And we'll just open it up and show you what the which is cool is they still have the inner sleeve, which I sometimes when you get these records, the inner sleeves are gone, but this one still had it. So this is Alice and that detective character. Looks completely different. Doesn't even look like Alice. And then you got like I guess the track listings and who was on. I guess who played on the album. This was again produced by Bob Ezrin. Bob Ezrin was with Alice through most of the '70s, and this is what the record looks like. So this is I think it's 1977. So this is original, not a reissue. So it was really it's a really good find when you find like something that was that came out during that time period. So let's go through the track listing. So the tour for this one was called the King of the Silver Screen Tour, I believe. I think that's what it was called. 1977, and so basically the songs includes "Damned If You Do," "My God," "It's Hot Tonight," "Lace and Whiskey," "Road Rats," "No More Love," "At Your Convenience," "The Umbagi Stomp," "You and Me," and "I Never Wrote These Songs." Interesting time with Alice because a lot of these songs, there's like usually in his albums, would include like one ballad. Like in Welcome to My Nightmare, you had Only Women Bleed. In At the time, Goes to Hell, he had No Never Cry. So he always included like one ballad in his albums. This one was really interesting because it actually included like three ballads. You had an interesting, I guess. I don't know if you call it "My God." I don't want to say "My God" was a ballad, but it wasn't like a rock song. But you had "You and Me" was kind of like the ballad. I Never Wrote Those Songs, and "No More Love at Your Convenience" was kind of like a ballad. It's kind of like a weird song, weird period for Alice. I know in 1977, music industry was kind of going into like the disco era, I guess, because I think that's when Saturday Night Fever came out, and then the Bee Gees were really popular. So, and I kind of mentioned in the previous videos, in order to like, you want your, if you're a band in the '70s and during that time period, you want your songs to be played on the radio because people listen to your songs on the radio. They'll want to buy your albums, go to the record store and buy your albums. But if if they don't play your songs, and people don't know, it might not, sales might not be good with your albums. But so interesting. I mean, a lot of the songs, some like soft songs, not that typical rock music that he was known for at the time. But I really enjoyed the album. I mean, I really, my songs I really like. Of course, I love Lacing Whiskey. It's Hot Tonight. I like My God. I think that's a really good song. Underrated song. It's not a song you would think of Alice at that time that he would sing a song like that. Road Rats was really good. I never wrote those songs. It was a good song, good song, and you could tell because this is a period where kind of like 1977, like Alice kind of like hit rock bottom. The constant, touring and producing albums, and kind of caught up with him, and the alcohol caught up on him. So he kind of reached kind of like that breaking point, and then he eventually had to go to the hospital, and then he would eventually come out with From the Inside. But was his breaking point, I guess, when he just like everything kind of like caught up on him, being on the road and doing, for so many years. Eventually he does, especially, the alcohol definitely had an effect on that. As we go talking about the tour, on YouTube, there's pretty much no video or anything of the tour, and that's a shame. I would love to see some of these old Alice Cooper concerts. I know we have Welcome to My Nightmare, but like some of these other shows would have been nice in the '70s. This one I definitely would have loved to see this one. I think for this one I remember they said, I read somewhere where the stage was kind of like, and the way they decorated the stage was kind of like a giant TV screen, and Alice would kind of jump out of because they would do kind of thing. I think they would do something like what they did for if you saw Welcome to My Nightmare, the concert, and during Escape, they had like a movie screen on the stage where Alice would jump out of the screen onto the stage. So I think they did something like that for this concert. I could be wrong, but I think I read something about that. So the theme was King of the Silver Screen, and you have, it's a shame, like a lot of these songs, like I said, a lot of these albums that he doesn't even play live anymore. Like Lacing Whiskey has never been played since this tour. He's played the only songs. I mean, I know he's played It's Hot Tonight. I remember when I went to the Buddha Planet show back in 2000. He played It's Hot Tonight. Road Rats. He played that during the Flush the Fashion tour. And he did kind of like a new version of the new album that he has out called Road. He did a new version of Road Rats. That's on there. But yeah, nothing really. Yeah, another forgotten album. It's a shame, when you let Alice, his from '76 to '83, from 1976 to 1983, he doesn't really play that many songs from that time period. But I know he's got the show coming up, Too Close to Comfort. He's starting a new leg of that tour coming up, so hopefully he'll add some new songs to that tour, maybe some classic ones. But we'll see. But yeah, definitely enjoy this one, Lacing Whiskey, Alice Cooper. All right, thanks for watching.